Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Yechi here, and today is another day for me to deliver content on this our lockdown YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my home filming setup. I'm going to be taking you guys through what you don't see that makes up what you see. Talking about my lighting, my camera, my backdrop, my background, my mic, just those things I use to make my video quality really good, things that produce everything you guys get to see. So yeah, let's have our intro and then now we'll go into talking about everything in my setup. So the first thing we're going to discuss, of course, is what does the major work, what does the filming, the sound recording, and that would be my camera. So I use a Canon 700D. I've had this camera for 2 years. August this year is going to make it 3 years. This is the only camera I've used since I started blogging, since I started YouTube. It is super amazing. I love the fact that it has a flip screen. So currently, as I'm talking to you guys here, I can see myself on the flip screen over here, which is one of the features I love about the camera so much. I can see myself as I'm talking. Yes. So for my lens also, my camera and my lens, they go in together. So when I started doing some videos just for Instagram, I was using my kit lens. That's the 18 to 55 mm lens that comes with the camera. But I later decided to get the 50 mm f1.8 lens, and that is currently what I am using. This is a Canon lens. This lens is pretty good. The only issue I have with it is when I want to use autofocus to film. If you notice, my focus doesn't change while I'm filming because I put it on manual focus and I leave it there to the end of the video. The autofocus on this is very, very terrible. It makes a noise, like you can hear the when it's trying to focus, and it takes a very long time for it to focus, and it can like to focus and unfocus as you move during your video. And if you guys know me, you know that I use a lot of hand movement while I'm filming, so most of the time it's always trying to like focus again and again, because as my hands move, it's trying to follow the movement. So I put it on manual focus to film. This lens is amazing. I haven't gone back to using my kit lens to film since I started using it. One of the major reasons is because it lets in more light. So the normal kit lens has a focal length of about 5.6 and this one has 1.8, so you can tell that it lets in way more light than the other one. So a little amount of light will go a long way using the 50 mm lens than with the zoom lens. That's the kit lens that comes with the camera. So I love this one. It creates a better blur background, which is really good for video, which is good for beauty gurus, beauty YouTubers, or even you're just doing lifestyle talks. It's really amazing to just have that blur at the background, so it makes you the center of focus as you're filming. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move into lights, and I'm going to dwell on lighting for a while. This is because what has changed my setup from when I started to now is majorly my lights. I decided to invest in more lights, and trust me guys, it has made a whole lot of difference in the video quality, in the appearance of my video, in the appearance of my skin as I'm filming. So for my lighting, I do have 4 sources of light here. So I have a window, an open window I leave open. This is just to let in lights come in. However, this is not my major source of lights because sometimes I film in the evening when it's not usually as bright. Like currently it's about to 5, so it's kind of getting a little bit dull, so I don't have so much light coming in from that window there. But if I'm filming around 10, it will make a whole lot of difference because my room is going to be way brighter than it is right now. Yeah, so that would be my natural source of light. When I started filming videos for IGTV, I used to sit in front of the window there and film there. It was very amazing light that used to come in, especially during the hot afternoon. I get like really good light coming in from there. So the next source of light would be my soft boxes. So I have 2 soft boxes here. I'm going to show you, a video explaining my lights more. I have 2 soft boxes in front of me. They are facing me. This is what is giving my major source of light. Honestly, if I turn it off, you're almost not going to see me because of my setting at the moment. You're not going to see me, so they make a whole lot of difference. My soft boxes, I got them from I can't really pronounce the page, but I'm going to put up their Instagram page, and I'm going to drop the link in the description box, their Instagram page. But I got from an Instagram vendor. I got 2 soft boxes. The whole box, the stand, everything cost me 33,000 plus delivery. Then I was in Ogun State, so that's how much everything cost me. It didn't come with light bulbs, so I had to get light bulbs myself. But let me just show you guys the video so you can see my lighting setup, for especially for these soft boxes. So now I have switched to my phone camera just to show you guys my lighting setup closer, so you understand what I'm like working with. So I have 3 artificial lights for my front light here, this soft box, that soft box, and also my ring lights over here. So my ring light gives like a really soft glow. My soft boxes, I use light bulbs. Light bulbs was majorly inside my soft boxes. Normal light bulbs I use at home, the screw bulbs, I think mine is about 45 watts. So I have 4 bulbs in each light, in each soft box. So that is where my the major source of light, honestly, for all this glow we're working with. So my third source of light now would be my ring light. I've had this ring light before, like before I started doing YouTube. I got this ring light, and this is what I have been using. It's 12 inches. It's not the big ones that a lot of YouTubers and makeup artists have. It's 12 inches. However, the light from it is quite strong. As is, when I started YouTube, this was the only light I was using. My window light and this ring light was all I had at that moment, and it was working for me. So this is 12 inches. I got this from AliExpress. I do love the fact that I can set this to three different moods. It has the cool whites, which is something like the light coming in from my soft boxes. We also have the warm white, and then we have the yellow, the one that's all orangey, which is what I use. I set it up to this particular model or this particular tone because it gives some kind of warm glow to my skin, so I'm not looking all pale, all just bright after doing my makeup. I do like the glow that I get from it, so this is like my source of light for my glow. So my fourth source of light would be LED panels, guys. I discovered LED panels this year, like early this year, and I just had to invest in them. So LED panels are what I use in school. They're actually the normal lights that we have in school in the ceiling, so they were already lighting up my room really well. However, I needed more lights for my backlights in school, so I decided to get LED panels. So my LED panel is what I'm currently using to light my backdrop. At the back of me, I have an LED panel plug there. When I'm using a colored background, it does create like a bouquet effect to it, so you can see that there's some kind of glow coming out from the side of my head. That is because I've put my LED lights on the floor behind me. These are some of the DIY tricks I learned watching different YouTubers here on YouTube. So let me show you guys what it looks like. I do have an extra one here. So this is how the LED lights come. As you can see, they're actually like ceiling, like they put them up like this in the ceiling. However, this is how I got them. It cost me 3,000 for one, and I got 2. That's 6,000 together. So currently I'm using just one. Sometimes I will use this one for extra light for my backdrop, depending on how I feel about it. But because today we're using white, and white on its own is quite bright, so I didn't see the need to add any extra light to the one that is already at the back on the floor there. Yeah, so this is how it comes. It has a naked wire. You can give an electrician this to make it into a plug for you, so you can plug it out. If you do not have a ring light, this is a very good source of light. It appears like it comes out as like white lights and all, so you might not really get the whole glow that I'm getting from mine, but however, it's a good way to brighten up your room, brighten up your surrounding, and use it for your videos. So me, I didn't make it into a plug. As per, I know some electrical engineering, so I just plug this into the socket, plug it into the wall, for me to add some extra light. So you can give an electrician, make it into a plug. It's actually safer, so you don't have naked wire dangling around there. That is it for light. One more thing is also reflecting of light, because it creates another source of light for you when you use like a reflector. So I do have a reflector, however, it's in Lagos, and currently I'm in Ibadan on lockdown. Yeah, so I decided to do DIY, and in front of me here I have a table that is tilted at an angle to face my to face me, like it's facing me and reflecting light towards me. And on that table, I covered it with a foil paper. I also saw this DIY on YouTube and I decided to use it. So if I was with my reflector, I'll put it down on this table and let the light hit on my face, not with my reflector. So I decided to cover it with foil paper, and that works. It's an amazing way to DIY a reflector. Just use foil paper and it works. So that's what's bouncing some of the light coming from up, because not all of it is falling on me. Yeah, so that's what's bouncing. It's bouncing it up here, so there's less shadow on the lower part of my face. Yeah, and it just makes your face have this all-round glow. So if you're going into beauty content, you want to make sure your face is lit from all sides. So wherever you turn to show them, oh, do your face this way, do your contour this way, they're able to capture, your camera is able to capture every single corner of your face, because your face is well lit. Yeah, so that is it for lighting, guys. The next thing we're moving to is sound. So for my sound, when I started YouTube, I used to use the inbuilt mic of the camera. Like, there was no external microphone for me, and the recording for the camera is for the Canon camera is good. It will pick your voice, but just note that your voice is not the only thing it's going to focus. It's going to pick any sound around it. So I remember the very first video I filmed for YouTube, I filmed it around the morning time, and that's when those birds were singing. When I heard it, it was like the birds and I were doing competition. You can hear both of us almost at the same level. So that is a major issue I had with recording. So I decided to invest and get a lapel mic. I was thinking of what mic to get, and I was like, should I get the lapel mic? Should I get the ones you fit on the camera and all? And of course, from reading online, I did a lot of research. For if you're going to be doing a lot of sitting down and talking, beauty content, skincare, those kind of things, it's best you go with a lapel mic. But if you're going to be doing vlogs, moving up and down, then it's best you get, I don't know what they call those kind of mics, but you guys know them now. The ones you put on top of your camera there. Yeah, those are the kind of mics are better. They're better if you're doing vlogs, because my lapel mic is really long. There's a lot of wire here. So you can imagine me walking around town with this wire. Somebody is going to fall down, if not me, but maybe someone close to me. So it's not advised you go with that kind of microphone. So this one is producing amazing sound, especially now that I've set my sound recording to manual instead of auto on my camera. So this works well. I have other noise around me. The AC is making noise, TV is making noise, but it's not picking the sound. It's only picking that of my voice. This is because I'm using a mic that is close to me, and also I've done the settings on my camera. Those are the two factors that affects my sound. This lapel mic, I got it from AliExpress. It's called Moano. I read a lot of reviews about it before getting it, so I got this on AliExpress. I'm not exactly sure how much it cost me, but I think in Naira it was, let's say $20. Yeah, I think it was about $20 on AliExpress as at when I got it. So I'm not sure. If you convert that to Naira, that's close to 7K, around 7K, 6K. When I bought it, when I did conversion, it was 6,000. If I remember, if I can still get the link, because some of these buyers, you can find the link after a while on AliExpress. If I can still find the link, I'll drop it in the description box for where you can shop this mic directly, or I'll find a very good substitute and put it down in the description box. There are some vendors that do sell it too. I've seen a couple of vendors that sell it on Instagram. I can't remember anyone's handle in particular, but AliExpress is a good place you can find different kind of mics, guys. The ones you fix to the camera, the normal lapel mic. So this one absolutely works for me. I just fit it in there and that's all. So the next thing we're going to be discussing now is the background, which is the final part of this whole video. You know, what's really making this video pop? This background. So me, I've struggled with background for quite a while, both in school, both at home and all. So finally I got what works for me, and it was hanging backdrops. So my previous videos, I had plain backdrops there, and I hang my backdrops. I use wall hooks. So this wall hook, I got it from Miniso. It cost me 500 Naira. They do have the ones that are metal. However, these ones are just the plastic ones. It comes in a pack of 6. So there are 6 wall hooks in this one. I got 2 packs just because I wanted to DIY in case I fit it in one place and I don't want my backdrop to be there. I can always move around and I don't have to run back to Miniso to get more. So this cost me 500 naira for just one. I got two, that was 1,000. So I just fit it into the wall and I hang my backdrops there. I use a couple of paper tapes on the side to spread it out so it is a bit even. Yeah, so I use different kind of materials for my backdrop. Let me just show you a couple of materials that I have. So for my backdrop, I'm basically DIY queen, honestly speaking. So I go to markets where they sell fabrics, and that's where I get material for my backdrop. So this pink one I was using before is just like normal cotton, especially like if you, I mean, more in secondary school, if it feels like a material that you used to sew uniform in secondary school, that kind of cotton material. Yep. So then before this, my previous video on how I edit my pictures, this is the backdrop that I used there. So this material, I used to call it sequin, but when I was going to the market to find it, they were calling it sequence. If you're going to go to a local market, just know in your head that it's sequence. Don't even say sequin. You'll just be as confused as I was. Just tell them sequence. That's what they call it in the fabric market. So this is how it is. It's a bit shiny, and which is what I loved about it. Yep, I have a couple of other materials. This one is just like fabric that stretches, and all jersey material too can be good. Fabric that is not too heavy, because they can pull down your wall hooks if they are too heavy. Something not too heavy. Iron out your fabrics well. When you're buying it, ensure that it is clean. Don't go and buy the one that has this and they'll tell you that it's wash off later. It will not wash off. Buy the ones that are very clean. Do your measurements. So for my wall here, I got 2 yards. The first set of backdrops I bought 2 yards of fabric, or 2 yards of fabric is actually quite much. So for the pink one that I showed you earlier, it's actually trouser length. So one trouser, they usually sell it either in yards or trouser. So one trouser was what I got, and it was perfect for it. So measure your wall, the distance between, and then know how much of fabric you will need before you go into the market, so you don't overbuy and then you do not underbuy. So I have a couple of things I added to this backdrop. This one here is a raffia mat. I've always had it. I've had it for close to a year now. I bought it from my friend, her Instagram page. I'm going to drop the link in the description box in case you want to get a raffia mat. So it's a normal mat. So I use paper tape to tape it to the wall here. That's what you're seeing here. Then this one is a couple of, I don't even know, let's call it like feathers. I picked it up from decoration in my parlor. Nobody really noticed it. So I just picked up a couple, just like 4 sticks, and I decided to tape it together, tape it to the backdrop, and that is what we have here. I have a white backdrop behind me. Yeah, so that is how I do my setup. This is how you can also do your own setup at home. I do not have a small room. The space in front of me is literally just here. That is all I'm trying to use. My bed is like on this other side of the room. I just cleared out this space to use to film. So if you're a new YouTuber, I hope you found this video helpful. If you're trying to do your setup in your room and take your video quality to the next level, I do hope you found this video helpful. Save it, share it, download it to watch later, and give this video a thumbs up because I know it was helpful and it was really stressful to film, guys. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.